Hi, and now we have seen all that the display some selected rows. What in the more real life, we also need to select some selected columns as well. So let's see if we want to further filter this data, right? So that's pretty straightforward. So we have some selected rows here, and then if I want to select some columns, right? So let's do some range of columns first, right? So range, or maybe let's do the selected column. So if I want to select some columns, I can just do here and say, let's say it's be 0, 1, 2, right? And then enter. So basically what I did it, so each column start with 0, right? Then 1 and 2. So I selected the first 3 columns. Similar way, I can select any one I want. So 0, 1, 2, 3. So this will be the third column. Then if I need 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? And then it will say, okay, I need 6 and 9. So I'll do a 6 and do a 9. If I put an enter, so it's giving me this information, right? 6 and 9, right? So that's how we can select some of the rows and the columns. If I want to select the date, if I want to select the range, I can also go and do the range. So for example, if I'll come here and put the range of rows, selected some range of rows and selected columns, so I can just take the whole rows out and say, okay, give me 0 to 4, right? And enter. So it give me few columns, but only this range 0 to 3, right? So these 4 rows. So this is how pretty much, and similarly I can also have the range of I can have the range of columns and rows, which will be range of, let's say if I want to do this time from 3 to 6, right? I'll take this outside of the bracket and enter it, right? So here you can see I got my columns from 3 to 6, which is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? And you can see the sixth one, the sodium, is always the last one. Whichever we put is not included, so keep that in mind, right? So this is how the way to get it. So this is by the numbers, right? If you don't want the numbers, you want to select by the specific the column names, you can also do that as well. So for example, if I want to do df.loc and so there is a loc function. So in that one, we can easily write the names of the columns. So there is another way to access the values, where I can show it to you. df that, let's say I add, and if I put the value, press, oops, sorry, I have to put it, let's say the 1 here. The range doesn't work here, so it's giving me the 70. Just for the simplicity, I will do first row and first column, right? So first row and first column, if I come here, that will be the first row, and this is the first, which is why I give Q. If I want, let's say 100% Brian, and which is 0 and 0, if I come here and type 0 and 0, and you see it comes with the Brian. So what's the beauty of this one is that it allows you to change the value. If I come here and select, put it here 100, let's say percentage Brian, and put enter, right? And then if I go back and run the values again, you see my value is in the data frame is changed, right? I don't have to do any so this is the way to change the value inside the data frame. So we can do one at a time. If I want to select, let's say, in my data frame, right, some subset of a value, right? So let's say if I have something which should work on the whole function, so what I'll say data frame is I only need the values which is, let's say, the greater than 50, right? If I so you know why thus I deliberately show it to you, because in our data frames we have some strings and we also have some integer object. So we want to give any columns, we need to give any columns, right? If we'll say greater than 50, but which column? So I'll say, okay, give me the selected data frames. Let's say I want to see where is sodium, right? Greater than, and let's say equal to 50. Now it should give me the whole data set back with the selected range. If I put an enter here, and you see it's giving me this all the columns back where it satisfies the sodium is greater than equals to 50. So let's change this number to 200, right? And if I enter it, you see I get pretty much a lot of values, right, which is sodium is greater than 200. If I want to not select everything, I can also do like this dot head, then it will give me only few subset of the values, right? Only the selected values, not everything, because maybe in our list is a giant list, so we don't want to bombard with that, depend upon your data set. But this is the way we can easily play with the data, right? So, and not only so this is another way. Okay, so now let's see if I want to further reduce this data. So this is how you analyze the data in the Python, right? So let's say if I want to select only the sugar which is very high, right? Let's say it's greater than 8, right? And what will happen? So if that's the case, so I'll select this one, because this is, I want with the sodium is greater than 200, and I want, if I'll copy this, okay, so I'll say data frame quotes, I want to work with the sugars columns, and here I'll say is greater than equals, let's say it's only greater than 8, right? And here each condition I'll put in the parenthesis, right? So it act as a boolean. So if both conditions satisfy, where the sodium is greater than 200, equal to 200, and sugar is greater than 8, it should give me the data. Now only have from this big list, only have few records here, and then we can add further more. So I'll leave up to you. So you can also put some name, like name is only I want with honey or carbs, and also that just put in the bracket and end condition, and it will work like that. Now let's say if I want, if you remember in the earlier I have introduced you to the statistics. Right, this will, if I put in the bracket and enter, right, this will give me the statistics on the data. But if you can notice, the end precision is way higher. If I want to, usually I'll do only up to 3 or 4 or most, or even 2 digit, right? So let's say if I want to do with set options, and then I can set in this option is precision size, precision, and here for me I usually take 3 or 4 digit. So if I enter this to 3 digit. And now if I come and run this, maybe I'll run this command again here, right here. You see all this is in 2 digit. Even if I come here, you see this one changes to all the decimal places, which is 3 digits here. And this is, especially the stats, comes as a 3 digits. Okay, so that's how you can set it up. So it's not only you can only do describe, you can easily do like this. So if I'll do a mean and enter, it will give me the mean for each column. Similarly, if I do the df dot median, you can see it will give me the median for each columns. And there are a lot of functions. If I do the var, it will give me, maybe I don't go that higher level right now. So yeah, so this is the way you can easily get the statistics based on the columns, right? Or one way is you can, let's say if I want, rather than do this, if I just do and select my column sugars, what will happen? Can you think of it? You see, I'll get only for one column like this, right? So rather than work on that each data frame, I can select one column and work on that columns. Okay, so that's on this video. Hopefully you like it. So please give a thumbs up and subscribe. Help me reach the 1,000 subscriber. I really appreciate that. And if you can put some comments, whatever you like and what you want to see next, it will be great. Hopefully these are the to the point videos I'm making. Hopefully you are liking it. Thank you, and see you in next video soon. Bye for now.